Welcome to Oracle Insight. My name is Flaura. Today I am doing a reading titled Hearth Home and Happenings. So hearth typically refers to the place in a home that has a fireplace or furnace, and that normally is where the family gathers. So this reading is going to speak about current situation. It's a general reading. It is timeless, so it's perfect for whenever it is that you find it. So I'll start off with Wisdom of the Oracle. So we've got a change in the wind in the now position, message in the bottle in next, and 34, a leg up. And that is message from Spirit position. So currently in Hearth and Home, there seems to be a little unsettledness happening. Change of wind does speak to some unseen, or the feeling of unseen things or change occurring. And the next position of message in a bottle, that speaks to some kind of sign, message, symbol coming in some way or form, which will give you some sense of revelation or insight or viewpoint that is, I'm sensing, potentially necessary in order to see yourself through, or see yourself through this situation that's happening. Leg up is talking about interdependence. Here it's talking about the ability to rely on others, for you to be in a, and that certainly does, Spirit is talking about supporting that familial connections here. So whatever change you're experiencing, it is necessary. When change happens, obviously it is brings upon a sense of discomfort at times, and in a home environment especially, there, because you are together for a very long portion of time, normal to be out of sync with each other in terms of what it is that you're wanting, how it is that you want to express those needs, etc. So that is a very normal course. But in this situation, look out for some kind of message, some kind of symbol. It might be a song that's played in the background that catches your attention, but this does point to some kind of necessary understanding that's going to be provided to you, which will allow you to ease through this change. Interesting. And at the end of it, with Spirit saying a leg up, Spirit is reiterating that in a family situation, interdependence is required, isn't it? You're not in there by yourself. Spirit is saying that family situation is one that you get to rely on others and others rely on you. So whatever change is happening, it's okay. That is just part and parcel of the natural course of things. They're not ones that cause a structure to crumble completely. It's nothing like that. It's more just, you might be feeling a little bit of disease or uncertainty, or it's not disease, it's unease. Sorry. Or some uncertainty in regards to what might be happening at the moment. And that's okay. Spirit is just saying that that's necessary. My goodness. And it's necessary because things need to be moved along. You've got Wheel of Fortune there, clarifying change of the wind. So change is necessary. You've got some very powerful overarching energies that are supporting it. with the Wheel of Fortune, 2 major arcana. Wow. And then you've got the Moon, which is talking about something hidden and something that comes to light, which is clarifying message in the bottle. And as I was saying, if you look out for some kind of symbol, or you might even get a phone call or an email that has some pertinent information that's going to bring light to a situation here. And the Moon is clarifying that that is very possible, and whatever is being hidden in this situation will be seen. And in that awareness, look at that, you've got 6 of Wands in a victory position with the leg up. So all is well. At the end of this experience, hearth and home situation is in nice balance and harmony. So the victory is had and you've moved through that nicely. So let's have a look at what element cards the Black Moon astrology can provide. Now, these cards are going to reflect the influences at play during this situation. And now they're all falling off, aren't they? That's all right. It shall take but a moment to fix it. So next up also we have the Moonology Oracle cards, and once again this will just reveal an influence that's at play during this time, positive or negative. Okay, balance, spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Interesting. Well, I see that very much in line with the moon there. So fire element, desire. Okay. The fire element there and desire, that really, because it's fire, there's a lot of passion and movement in there, and that does actually indicate the change that's indicated or showing up here with the change in the wind. Because this change with that fire, it does seem to have more force in it that would be first shown in a change of wind. So be mindful of that. Now with the Wheel of Fortune, things are moving. Now you can either be under the wheel or on top of it. And so that is determined by how you approach the situation and your sense of center, where that is. Are you grounded? Because that will need to be the case if you are to go with that turning of the wheel, and so to ensure that you're in an upright position when it moves and you're not under it flattened, if you see what I mean. And then with balance, spirituality and practicality, that also is speaking, of course, to this these influences here with the moon, which I do tend to think of as a Piscean card. And so even though that is the High Priestess, but nevertheless, with the moon card showing up here with balance, spirituality and practicality, you're being called to understand that when this change happens, and it will do so, and it looks like there will be some kind of quick movement in it also, when that is happening, the best way to deal with this situation would be to come from it from a place of groundedness. The practicality aspects of what's required in the home and hearth continue to do that. But also in moving through this situation, allow that, that inner wisdom to come through. It's not just about the logical at this time. And with the message in the bottle, that also ties in with the fire element and desire, because that also speaks to some kind of revelation or epiphany of sorts that you become aware of in terms of your own perceptions. So that is very interesting. So there is some change afoot in Hearth and Home. That is the happenings here. So I do hope that this allows you to move through those happenings with ease and grace. That is the case, and I do hope that this has been of value to you. Now, I will be providing readings on a weekly basis, and if this has been of value, then I do look forward to connecting with you again.